Do you have a VTEC? VTEC Club.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of B-Road Talk. Last one went well. A bit issues with the sound. I think it was the way that the camera was mounted, was picking up quite a lot of vibrations from the car. And the car is really stiff at the moment because all the setup that I'm running. But as I said, I think the video went well. I kind of enjoyed it. So on this one we will try to a different subject. I know I said that we will talk about the subjects from the comments because I didn't have much time to record between this one, so the first video actually hasn't been released. So but we'll keep doing the same thing, so just leave in the comments below what you want me to talk about it on this B-Road Talks. So what I would like to talk about is the mods that I'm running right now in the car. I bought this car back in 2016. I think I kept it stock for what? Maybe 1 year, if that. And then I started modifying it. As anyone, I've started to buy a KNA. I started with a KNN filter, and I've then moved to other things. So I'm gonna name some of the mods that I'm running, or they are already installed, and then some of the mods that I will need to install either myself or using a garage or something like that. So starting from the engine, so I'm running RRC intake manifold with the J35 throttle body. I'm running the stock cat with a 3-inch TDI North exhaust. I'm happy with the sound, actually. It's okay, but I can only assume that when I install my DCAT manifolds, it's going to be loud. But it is what it is. But yeah, at the moment I'm running stock. Intake manifold, stock exhaust manifold, and still have my cat. Suspension wise, I'm running yellow speed coilovers, and braking wise I'm using DC5 Brembos with M-Tech discs and a few other pads. I've got a few struts or brace struts or brace bars. So I got the Chase Racing engine bay 1, I got the C pillar, and I got the B pillar by the footwell in the rear passenger bench. What else? I've got the White Line anti-roll bar, which is, as I've mentioned in my previous video, my favorite mod so far. And looks wise, I got the basic setup, which is the GP pack and a Sika wing. Got plans in the future to go full Mugen. That's something that I'm gonna look forward to see it. Regarding wheels, well, I think I've changed wheels like people change their underpants. So the car came with the stock 18 wheels. I've upgraded to the 19 range wheels, and I then bought 17 Team Dynamic wheels, but because I've upgraded for DC5 Brembos, I then had to run spacers to clear the calipers. Spacers were okay, but I was not a massive fan of it, because the idea of going 17 or lightweight wheels is saving on weight, but then you are adding weight with the wheel spacers, which basically defies the whole thing. So I decided then to find something else. Sold my Team Dynamics 17s and got some Rays 18. They come from the 350Z. They are forged wheels, lightweight. They are very good wheels. They are probably one of the best budget wheels you can get. I had them completely refurbed and powder coated, and there's some few like squares engraved in the wheels that I've asked to be filled up, sanded, and then powder coated to make a bit more slick finish. They look really good. Then there was someone selling some EP3 wheels online, and I wanted to do an experience with those, which I've done. But again, I had to use spacers with the EP3 wheels. But they served the purpose, which was the test that I was doing, which I probably will talk about it in another video. So then I sold the EP3 wheels, and I got myself some Evo 8 NKs, or EKs, I think it's NKs. And the reason why I went with NKs is because, again, they are lightweight wheels. They are lightweight wheels, and the ET of the wheel was big enough for me to run the Brembos without any spacers. And they are 17, and I can run a wider tire as well, which is plus for me. So that's probably the mod that I've changed more, the wheels. So I've got a few mods to be installed, and the reason why they haven't been installed is because they will need to be mapped all together. There's no point of installing one and getting mapped, and then installing another one and getting mapped. So I'm trying to get them all together, and also to save some labor. So I got exhaust manifold, which is basically a replica from the total one. I got the FD2 oil pump with the balance shafts delete, which is probably one of the best mods that you can get to this car. That's why I've said in the previous video that I think that mod will probably be the best for the money, because it just frees up, I think, up to 5 bhp, and the car picks the revs much easier. So the sensation of speed and the thrilling of driving these cars, it just increases massively. So I'm really looking forward for that. I got a clockwise baffle sump, which again is going to be installed when I'm doing the FD2 oil pump. What else? I got the AFR gauge and sensor, which is going to be fitted in my vent on my right hand side, and I'm doing that whilst installing the manifold, because there's a bungle specific for that, just to keep an eye on the AFR, so I don't need to have the on data or on data plugged into the computer all the time, or even on the app. And currently debating if I should get some cams. I mean, as you know, chasing figures or chasing power on NA cars is very expensive, and sometimes can be a bit tricky, because you spend quite a lot of money just to get 5 or even 10 bhp. On turbo cars, sometimes it's just a remap and you get 20, 30 or even more. So I'm debating which cams I'm gonna go to. I was seriously thinking of going to JDM cams, which are basically the same cams as the FD2 and the DC5. But if I want to go to pick up some big power or better power, I may need to go to TDI North ones or the Drag Cartel. Updating these cams, that means I need to upgrade the springs, which is another thing that I don't have. So I'm still debating if I really need the cams, because I mean, Drag Cartel cams, they are like £1,000. If you think about it, you can buy a K24 block for 700, 800 pounds. So if you get your head on the K24 block, I mean, you're talking about easily 260 to 70 bhp with the right map. So I don't know, I don't think I need to go K24 now, because probably it's pointless, as my engine, and knock on the wood, is running fine. But I think it's quite expensive for a setup of cams that will give you at best 10 brake horsepower at best, even if it does that. So that's pretty much all my mods from what I can remember. Oh, I also have M-Factory LSD to be installed. Well, the guy who I bought the car from said, because this was not a press car but a garage demo car, and it's from 2009, they put an LSD to make the joy of driving this car more, a better experience basically. So I'm too doubt if I still got it. I've done some tests, and I mean, it's really hard to tell. So only when I fit the M-Factory one, I'll be able to tell for sure. I also got some a lightweight flywheel and a stage 2 clutch that is going when we install the gearbox. I'm just gonna quick pull. So other thing about the future mod that I'm still debating is the Spoon 5.3 final drive, because that apparently also transforms the car. It just changed the gear radius, so that means the car picks speed much faster than it normally does with the 5.1 final drive, which is fine. I mean, 5.1 is quite good for a car like this. I mean, the EP7 I think is 4.7 final drive, so it's quite a good improvement for the EP3. But the 6 is quite a long gear, so I think you can pick up some speed quickly if you go to 5.3. But again, that's something that I'm really debating, because I don't want things like that to mess up with the cruise control and so on and so on. So just to wrap up the video, these are my basic mods. Let me know, what are you guys running mod wise, what are your plans for the future, and what would you recommend to buy, because I'm always open to new information, and let us know your experience about it. So till the next video, thank you very much for being here and for the support, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Do you have a VTEC? VTEC Club.